Yeah, we spend a lot of times of our lives trying to impress, always trying to find the best suit dress, trying to prove ourselves and just to fit in. During most of our school lives, we look at someone else. We either think positively or negatively about them. We look at someone have this weird yet strong disliking. We look at a person and we want to be like them. We like them in such a way they inspire us and become our influencer. We tend to look at someone and compare ourselves. We put ourselves into a situation where we want to be like that person. We want to be like them in such a small way. We find ourselves listening to others' descriptions of ourselves, and we listen to others' opinions to try to fix ourselves up. We spend hours making an outfit, shoving our feet into shoes that are too small, but everyone wears those, and you cannot be the odd one out. We have this need to surround ourselves, to cover ourselves just to fit in. We get told by our peers to avoid specific groups so we don't get run down. So we seem to bow down like they are the royalty of the school. We put on a facade, keep to ourselves, only let our friends see what we want them to see. But we don't ever really open up. We take to our friends and only wear what they think is best. We get labelled these things. I am many things to so many people, but none of these labels identify me as me. I am not white. I was born white, but my identity is different to white. You get taught to see me as white, but when you are born, you don't come out and say, I am white, or I am black. We are just labelled that. We get taught at such a young age that we are different, yet we are all equal. What's beyond the skin, the culture, the gender, the colour? We are human. We tend to get looked at what we are labelled at such a young age, and we believe what we are told. We got taught these things, that we are not good enough, we aren't smart enough. We're seen as the rugby player in the school team, or that girl who gets straight A's and keeps her head down so she can pass that test. We get seen as for what we do and what we say in front of our peers and our family. So we have to try to do these things to make ourselves seen and heard. Our identities have been put on a different slate because we are not considered part of the cool kids, or we are just a nerd in the back of the room. And in a different place, we get seen as someone else and something else, changing our appearance to fit into the change, trying our best to fit into the crowds. We focus mainly on fitting into others' descriptions to try to perfect ourselves, to fulfill ourselves, and that we want people to like us and accept us as something we are not. We often forget the term perfect doesn't exist in our dictionary, and we forget that we have flaws and mistakes. Perfection, having all the required desirable elements, qualities, or characteristics as good as possible as can be. Perfection should not be called non-existent. It's a word that makes teens, adults, and children try too hard to change who they are. Success comes when you start to become yourself. Do not concentrate on what others have to say, because what others have to say about you shouldn't matter. What they think shouldn't matter. We have flaws, and real people aren't perfect. Be yourself and fail at things. Failure is one step of learning. When you fall over, you stand up. If you fall off a bike, you get back up. Our world has made it so difficult to accept ourselves. With the things in magazines to Instagram models and stuff on TVs, we thrive to be like others. We thrive to be like the people we see. We forget who we are and we compare ourselves. We tend to always have that I wish in my minds. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a woods and seen two perfect trees? Two exacts the same. The answer is no, you haven't. If you look around, you're going to notice that some trees lean this way, some trees lean that way. Some have moss, some grow flowers, some have fungus, some are broken but they're still growing. And you and me, we're each like these trees, unique, beautiful. We stand alone, but we are surrounded by others. Take time and don't compare yourself to the peers, because when it comes to people, we don't find ourselves beautiful. We judge others and create remarks. We have put ourselves into a situation where people might stand and stare. But it's okay to let them stare. Embrace your mistakes. They're supposed to be favored and taken for granted. The best thing you can be is yourself, and we forget that. Our identity isn't just who we are, how we talk, that our identity is us, and that what we thrive. We are ourselves, and nobody is the same. You are enough, and no one can be better than you. The only person you have to be better than is who you were yesterday. Thank you for listening.